Last year was a year of doubt and uncertainty for Kyle Busch. The successful NASCAR driver found himself questioning his place in the sport and his prospects for the 2023 season. He found himself parting ways with Jim France, a top executive of NASCAR, with a final "nice to have met you." Yet, in a recent interview with Fox Sports in Atlanta, Busch revealed a far more positive outlook and shared insights into his new team, Richard Childress Racing, his teammates, and his future in the sport. But first, subscribe and hit that like. In the middle of his premier season with Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch finds himself in a situation he didn't see coming. Even though he's a veteran on the racing track, he surprised himself with a trio of victories that he didn't anticipate. It's been an unpredictable journey, one that's been punctuated with minor setbacks such as moving too fast in the pit lane and even a few unanticipated crashes. However, it's the resilience of the team and their unified efforts that have allowed them to navigate these difficult scenarios and come out on the other side stronger. Despite these hitches, Busch believes he and his team have put forth a commendable effort this year. There were tough times, but they were coupled with the satisfaction of overcoming them. His move to RCR has been more than just a switch in teams. It has been a period of immense personal growth and learning for Busch. There's a certain thrill in pushing his boundaries, testing his limits, not in isolation but as part of a larger team effort. That excitement is amplified when working alongside his teammates such as Austin Dillon, the team leader Randall Burnett, and wise veteran Richard Childress, and the rest of the dedicated crew. While in RCR, Busch has been more than just a driver. He's been granted insider knowledge about the team's future plans and strategies, something he wasn't expecting. He found it surprising and somewhat flattering that Richard Childress himself was open to discussing his thoughts on potential recruits with him. Childress has his eyes on a select few individuals, some of whom are already in NASCAR and some who are outside of it. His intention is clear: to fortify the team by introducing these fresh talents. Busch acknowledges that these potential recruits could indeed be beneficial for the team. However, he humbly admitted that he didn't know them well enough to make a concrete judgment. Yet having a peek into Childress's mind and understanding his perspective gave Busch a newfound appreciation for these individuals. He began to see how their addition to the team might, in fact, turn out to be a good decision. Kyle Busch's relationship with his teammate, Austin Dillon, has also been a significant factor in his professional development. Dillon's profound comprehension of racing dynamics and his consistent performance on the track has made a considerable impression on Busch. They've shared countless hours together in team meetings, dissecting issues with their car setups and strategizing ways to resolve them. Through these deep-diving discussions, Busch has gleaned valuable insights into areas where Dillon shines and areas where he, Busch, holds an advantage. Each driver has a unique way they prefer their car to be set up, and grasping these subtle differences has been an essential part of formulating the team's strategy. The dynamic interplay between their personal preferences and team requirements has added a fascinating layer to Busch's growth at RCR. In his conversation with Dale Earnhardt Jr., Busch hasn't dwelled on the pressures of driving the number 3 car or being Kyle Busch. The focus on their interactions has been primarily on competition and performance. Busch notes that Austin Dillon seeks recognition for his own abilities, a desire reflected in his on-track performance. Despite some races not yielding the results that Dillon's performance warranted, the drive to showcase his talent has been clear. Busch is also proud of his record of achieving wins with different teams at various tracks. He believes that this accomplishment underscores his skill as a driver. His performance at Loudon could give him another chance to replicate this feat with his current team. However, despite the potential, he recognizes the formidable competition from Joe Gibbs Racing, a team known for their strong showing at the Loudon race. Visiting the Chevy simulator located at Hendrick Motorsports has been a recurring part of Busch's routine. However, despite the geographical distance from RCR, he's made an effort to visit his team at RCR multiple times over the course of the season, hoping to build and maintain close ties with the team. As a former Hendrick Motorsports driver, using the simulator stirs up memories for Busch. Still, he doesn't find it overly strange. There's a certain familiarity to it, and he appreciates the opportunity to reconnect with people he's previously worked with. Joining the Richard Childress Racing Team, or RCR, has been a revelation for Kyle Busch. By immersing himself in their operations, he has gained an understanding of the team's distinctive ethos, which is unlike anything he's experienced before. There's a wealth of racing tradition running through the veins of RCR, a legacy in victories and trials that deeply impressed Busch. It's not just the past victories that impressed him, but also the determined spirit that seems to permeate every level of the team. Every day, he's surrounded by a team that never gives up, never backs down, and is always seeking that next win, no matter the odds. Even more intriguing is that RCR isn't as experienced as some other teams Busch has worked with. Yet, despite this lack of broad experience, they've proven to be a force to be reckoned with. Their capacity to deliver precise and effective work is something that has consistently stood out. It's an aspect that resonates with Busch's own approach to racing. He admires the level of meticulous detail and professionalism that their engineering team consistently demonstrates. He firmly believes that they have the potential to ascend to the upper echelons of the sport. When he's not at the racetrack immersed in the adrenaline-charged world of NASCAR, Busch's life is just as vibrant and full. As a father to two energetic boys, 8-year-old Brexton and 1-year-old Lennox, he certainly has his hands full. His schedule is a chock-a-block with a flurry of activities and commitments. There's the regular racing and testing schedules, but also a whole host of other responsibilities that keep him on his toes. It's a bustling, busy life, but one that Busch wouldn't trade for anything. Despite the salary reduction and transitioning from a high-profile team, Busch finds himself unsurprisingly content. His journey to RCR was unexpected, beginning with an unforeseen call from fellow racer Austin Dillon. This was followed by an extensive discussion with the team owner Richard Childress himself. The decision to join RCR felt like a breath of fresh air for Busch, an opportunity to start anew, to write a new chapter in his racing career, perhaps even a completely different narrative. Reflecting on it now, Busch harbors no regrets about his choice. His future in the fast-paced world of racing remains an exciting question mark. He's been contemplating a year in truck racing before possibly passing the baton to his eldest son, Brexton. But such a plan isn't set in stone yet. It depends on a myriad of factors, including finding the right sponsors and making smart strategic decisions. Just a year ago, Busch was considering hanging up his racing gloves for good, but now his stint with RCR has shown him that changes can sometimes bring about new opportunities and offer fresh perspectives. The end may be further away than he initially thought. In the broader sphere of NASCAR, Busch hasn't been shy about voicing his views. One issue that's drawn his criticism is the decision by the Hall of Fame nomination committee to make Jimmie Johnson eligible for the 2024 class induction, despite Johnson's recent return to racing. In Busch's view, a driver should have definitively retired to be considered for this honor. Yet Busch also recognizes the committee's history of nominating drivers who are still in the prime of their careers. He sees merit in the argument that the Hall of Fame should celebrate excellence in the sport, regardless of a driver's current status. He realizes that the rules around eligibility aren't set in stone, but rather may evolve to reflect the dynamic nature of the sport. As with everything else in his life, Busch understands that sometimes change is the only constant. Kyle Busch's journey from doubt to renewed ambition reflects his tenacity and love for the sport. His transition to RCR has brought him new insights, growth, and success. Regardless of the uncertainties and challenges ahead, one thing is clear: Kyle Busch remains a formidable force in NASCAR, driven by his passion for racing and unwavering dedication to his craft. In light of Kyle Busch's journey of personal growth and success with Richard Childress Racing, what do you think the future holds for him in NASCAR? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more.